Hey guys, I'm GamerMate, welcome back to a new video. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make your very own objective arrow markers. So let's get into the video. First off, we need to actually make the points where the arrow is going to be pointing to. So for this video, I'm going to be showing you 3 different parts. So first off, I'm going to be adding in a part. Then make sure it's anchored. Now you can customize it. Usually your parts will be invisible, so let me just change the size. Then we'll just lift it up in the air a bit. I'm just going to change the colour so we know which one's which. Then in properties, we can change the name to part 1. Then if we duplicate it by clicking Ctrl and D, then dragging it over somewhere else. Change the colour of this one, as well as the name to part 2. Do the same, and then for part 3. You can do as many parts as you want, so you can have 1, or you can have 2, or as many as you want for your game. Now once you have all our parts, we click them, then add in an attachment. So an attachment like this. Then do the same for all the other positions. This is so the beam which we're going to be using for the arrows. So this is so the beam can actually attach to a part. Once we've got that, click replicate storage, click plus, add in a remote event, and name it to arrow event. Now what we need to do is go to start player, click the arrow. Then you should see a folder saying starter player scripts. Inside of it, click plus, add in a local script, then name the script to arrow script. You can name this to whatever you want as well as the remote event. But anyway, now that we have a script, if you click it, click plus, then add in a beam. Then we can go to properties and change the texture and all that stuff. This is just so you can customize it. So I'm going to customize my beam and then I'll skip ahead. Okay, so here's the properties. So enable is true. Then I'll just change the light settings. Then we have texture, which is the actual image. Then we have texture length, which is 5. Then texture mode is set to wrap. Then the speed is set to 2. Then transparency is set to 0.25. You can also do whatever you want with these properties, this is just what I'm using. Then down at the bottom, make sure attachment 0 and attachment 1 are both set to nothing. Then face camera is set to true. But yeah, these are my properties. If you want, you can pause them and copy mine. Depending on the image you use, it might look better with different properties. Okay, so now if you go inside the script. So in the script, type in local player equals to game dot players dot local player. Then go down, type in local character equals to player dot character or player dot character added colon wait 2 brackets and then go down. Then type in local humanoid root part equals to character, colon, wait for child, bracket speech marks, then humanoid, root part, like this. Now if you make a new variable for the beam, by typing local, beam, equals to script, colon, wait for child, bracket speech marks, then type in beam, outside brackets, type in colon, then clone, 2 brackets, and then go down. Now, if you type in local, function, then create, beam, 2 brackets, and in the brackets, we're going to type in beam, comma, attachment, 0, comma, and then part, like this. So, type in local, attachment 1 equals to, then part, colon, find first child, bracket speech marks, and then attachment, like this. Then go down and type in if, attachment, and then 1, then type in beam dot attachment 0 equals to attachment 0, then beam dot attachment 1 equals to attachment 1, like this. Okay, and underneath these ends we go down and just close the output. And then now if type in game dot replicated storage, which is where our remote event is, dot arrow event dot on client event, 2 brackets, type in function, 2 more brackets, and then type in part, comma, value, then remove one of your brackets, go down and a new end should appear. So if type in if value equals to true, then if type in local attachment 0 equals to humanoid root part, colon, find first child, bracket speech marks, then root, rig, attachment, like this. Then we're going to be doing that function, which we made up here. So create beam, brackets, not beam, 2 brackets, then type in beam, comma, attachment 0, comma, then type in part, like this. Then we're going to set the beam's parent to a character. So beam dot parent equals to character. Now you type in else, then beam, colon, remove, 2 brackets, and that should be the script done. So what we're doing is up here, we're getting the variables for the player, the character, and the humanoid root part. Once again, we get a variable, this time for the beam, then we're cloning it, so we can use it more than once. Then here is a function that we made to create a beam. Then we have a beam variable, a attachment 0 variable, and a part variable. Then we make a variable for the attachment 1, which is the attachment inside of one of the parts. And then we check if the attachment 1 is actually inside a part. Then we set the attachment 0 of the beam to the attachment 0, which is going to be the humanoid root part's attachment. Once again, we do the same for the attachment 1, but this time that's the attachment inside the part. Then once your remote event has been fired to all the clients, then we get a variable for the part and a variable for the value. If the value equals to true, so if we want an arrow to appear, then we get a variable for the humanoid root part's rig attachment. Then we use the function which we made to get the beam, then set it to the humanoid root part's attachment, then the part inside of the workspace. Then we set the beam's parent to the character, and then else if the value equals to false, we'll just remove the beam. And that's it for the first script. If we close it off. And now, to see if it works, we need to go to server script service, click plus, add in a script. So I'm going to be adding a wait for 10 seconds. So we're going to be waiting 10 seconds before we actually create the arrow. Also, let me just quickly make a variable for the remote event. So local arrow event equals to game dot replicate storage dot arrow event. This script is just going to be so that we can actually see if it works. So we're going to be firing it to all the clients, which is basically all the players. And then this is going to be the part that we want to go to. So if you type in game dot workspace dot part 1, then comma true. So basically this is how you fire the remote event. So fire it to all clients if you want all the players to have it. Then we need to set the path to which part it is. Then we're going to set it to true, because we want to create one and not remove one. And if you want to remove it, let's add in a wait for like 5 seconds. Then we could copy paste this, change true to false. So I'm going to be copy pasting this for a few times, but changing the part. Here we go, so here's the script. If we close it off, click play and see if it works. Okay, we have an error, let me see what it is. Okay, I forgot to do connect. So on client event, do a colon, type in connect, and then that should be fixed. Okay, so now we've closed it off, click play once again. Okay, now it should work after a few seconds. There you go, you can see that the arrows go to a part, and it follows us. Then it destroys it. There you go, you can see it goes over to this one now. Then over to this one. Like this. And guys, that's going to do it for this video. If this video helped, make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe down below. In the description, you can check out my ROBLOX group and Discord server. And I'll see you later. Bye!